And joining us this week here with our friends at Brevant Seeds, pleased to have him back with us, Tony Mollers, retail product agronomist in Northwest Iowa, as we are wrapping up the harvest season and getting a bit of a summary of things. And Tony, great to have you back on Market Talk with us. Thanks so much. Hope you're doing well.
Jesse, it's always a pleasure. I'm excited to be here with you this morning.
Well, let's talk about what's happening here as we wrap up harvest season across much of the country. And as you look back at this harvest, Tony, what are one or two of the biggest takeaways for you from harvest this year?
It's such a great question. And as I really reflect back on the year that 2023 was, and then how harvest has transpired here and in a lot of Northwest Iowa and in a lot of places across the country, from the looks of it, fantastic yields in spite of some of the major challenges that came our way this year. I'll speak for Northwest Iowa specifically. This year started off and was plagued with issues and challenges from day one, right? A lot of dry soil planting conditions, a really dry start to the year, incredible heat throughout the grain filling season and so on and so forth. Yet this year really showed us that even with such a lack of moisture, timely rainfall still yielded a fantastic crop.
Very true. And I think that points to the resiliency of all of our new hybrids and technologies. And I'm sure we're going to talk about that more in a second. As you think about the takeaways from this harvest season, though, Tony, how could farmers apply those takeaways as they start making their management decisions for next season and beyond?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think first and foremost is sometimes in these challenging years, it's really easy to throw the towel in and say this year is such an extreme or such an outlier. Let's regroup for next year and start this all over. But sometimes in these challenging years, you can learn an awful lot about our soil types. You can learn an awful lot about our products and just how things react in some of these extreme environments. So number one, really dive into your data, your farm operation, and how everything worked out this year. The other thing, the one thing I really hope folks take away is again, even with so many challenges thrown at us, I think we saw don't give up on your crop in some of these challenging years, because with such a lack of rainfall, we produced a fantastic crop. And one thing I do get from some folks as I go around the countryside is, I wish I would have put that fungicide on this year. Back then it didn't seem like the year was going our way. And so I kind of dialed back on some of those inputs. And I think what we learned this year is that the crop's pretty resilient. Keep feeding it because it responded really well.
Well, Tony, as we wrap up harvest, and if farmers want to see how harvest went in their area beyond just the coffee shop conversation, so to speak, I know Brevant Seeds, you guys have a lot of great data, trial data, and much more available online on your website, don't you? How could folks get that information?
Yeah, absolutely, Jesse. I'll direct you to two places. First and foremost, stop into your local ag retailer. They have a wealth of data at their disposal from the year that they'd love to share with you. And you can find a lot of that data also online at Brevant.com. There's some links in there that'll take you to an abundance of fantastic data.
Well, Tony, before we let you go here this week, any other notes, anything final you'd share or reiterate as we wrap up the 2023 fall harvest?
Well, as you start making your plans for 2024, again, be sure stop into your local ag retailer and ask them about Brevant Seeds. Ask them about the new exciting soybeans that we have for E3 and some of the new and exciting corn technologies that we're preparing for the 2024 season. So there's a lot of fun and exciting things to be ready for 2024 with Brevant Seeds and your local ag retailer.
Well, and a lot of those fun things, I know we're going to talk about those next week here on Market Talk. But again, as Tony said, contact your local ag retailer or go online, Brevant.com. With that, Tony Mollers, Brevant Seeds retail product agronomist in Northwest Iowa. Thanks for joining us this week. And Tony, we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Jesse.